When it comes to holiday specials, Nickelodeon was very strong in this department. We had 1996's Merry Christmas Keenan and Arnold's Christmas, as well as 2000's SpongeBob's Christmas Who, along with Fairly OddParents' Christmas Every Day in 2001. But none of these specials were intended to signify the end of the show. We did have Drake and Josh's Christmas special in 2008, but that did not live up to the hype that its actual finale, Really Big Shrimp, did. But there was one Christmas special that was the unannounced finale for the show. One that did not need to be watched at the very end, but simply makes most sense if done. And I'm mentioning 2002's Rugrats Babies in Toyland.
It's him! Here comes Santa Claus, Dilly. And I bet he's gonna make this your most specialest Christmas ever.
Although the broadcast order is clearly messed up between the 8th and 9th seasons, this episode was quietly meant to serve the good end to such a legacy Nicktoon. Well, for a few months, that is. Aired on December 9th of 2002, this 45-minute special recaptured the old magic that Rugrats was known for: relatability, adventure, and growth. Most people had either outgrown the cartoon or simply were burnt out by its arguably formulaic style, but a good chunk of those people came back in to have some holiday cheer and see the Rugrats once more. At the start of the story, it's Christmas Eve, and Tommy and his friends are trying to figure out what to do to make his brother Dill's Christmas the most special one. Angelica comes along all dressed up, saying that they're all going to Christmas Land, owned by the company of her mom, Charlotte. And she claims that only Santa can make Christmas special, and she plans to see him first for all the presents. Later on, all the toddlers and parents arrive, and we are then divided into 4 storylines. In our A plot, the main babies are looking for Santa in his workshop to make Dill's first Christmas the best. Going through their classic intense adventures within the Nutcracker area and through the village, they are adamant to find gifts, especially after an arrogant lie that if he didn't get a present this year, then he'd never get any for the rest of his life, as told by Angelica. Speaking of whom, in the B plot, Angelica drives the Santa Man, guest voiced by Jim Belushi, crazy with her numerous gift requests, to the point where he gives her a tiny reindeer plushie named Prancy, which she is immediately dismissive of before Santa ends up quitting and running off. Still being the unkind little girl she is known to be, not really to the babies this time, but to everyone else, Angelica ends up stealing other guests' cookies and singing over their music to her own self-entitled tune. Meanwhile, in the C plot, most of the adults head off to the Pioneer Cabin, which Stu helped construct. Everyone is ambivalent to it, except for Grandma Lulu, who is extra nostalgic for how authentic it is to the true Christmas themes. However, a blizzard blows up around the cabin due to a technical flaw that Stu did not properly fix, and they are all trapped there.
I checked them this morning.
Oh my! Look at the snow!
It's gotta be 6 feet deep!
I can't believe it. We're snowed in on Christmas Eve thanks to your stupid snow machine.
It's not stupid, it's just malfunctioning.
Meanwhile, in a brief D plot, the only adult left behind was Grandpa Lou, who had fallen asleep after watching the Tots. When he awakens, he notices that Santa is gone and is quick to substitute for him, being hilariously kind to the children on his lap.
That's okay, little fella. Not the first time Santa's lap got a little wet. Now tell old Claus what you want for Christmas, besides some rubber underpants.
You got the main ideas of our several plot points now? Good, because now here's where things really become strong. Back to the A plot, when Angelica tells the babies that Santa has run off and they wouldn't be getting any presents, Kimmy has an idea.
You guys, maybe Santa's present is still in Christmas Lands. Oh. What do you mean, Kibby? Well, when Santa quitted, he didn't take his sleigh or his big sack of toys or anything. Nope, just took a goat. The goat took him, Philip. So that means the presents he was gonna give us must still be here.
Angelica, upon hearing all this, deliberately diverts the babies away from the workshop so she can get there instead, explaining their chaos within the Nutcracker area where we get a great rendition of this theme and awesome stylization with the Rugrats formula.
Chicky, I think he wants your walnut.
But this is my Christmas walnut. Maybe he just wants to play with us.
Nice, Mousy King. Nice, Mousy King.
In the end of this, the rear of Chucky's snowsuit is ripped, but not before the babies find cool items for themselves, such as a ribbon for Lil from a ballerina figure and a jingle bell found by Kimmy. Eventually, they sleigh down into the Christmas village where they see a fake baby Jesus, and upon seeing his sad face and his seemingly cold figure in just that diaper, they hand over their gifts and all the figures smile, and rightfully do the babies.
I think Dill wants you to have his hat.
He's smiling. He must like his stuff.
Or he saw the hole in Chucky's snowsuit.
Look, the grown-ups is happy too.
They have gained a true experience in one of the big meanings of the Christmas holiday, and it's another great instance of the babies growing on their own amidst their adventure. In our B plot, arguably the most impactful part of this 2-episode special, Angelica finds the workshop, and after knocking down the door, she's in the workshop in action. The main elf, voiced by the now late Paul Reubens, calls her out for her naughtiness towards everyone in Christmasland and Prancy, who comes to life, saddened by her insults.
Prancy, you're alive!
I thought we were friends.
We are.
Well, then why'd you call me dumb?
I don't know. I call lots of stuff dumb. But it's not like I mean it or anything.
Come, Prancy. I'll bring you back to Santa.
Prancy, no, I'm sorry I called you dumb. Come back.
And when the elf berates her for lying towards the babies, Angelica has no good excuse for this other than her envy towards Tommy's positivity and goodness. Then we get a great song telling Angelica how she should treat every day like Christmas by losing her mean ways and giving kindness to everyone.
As Christmas elves, we have no time for children who aren't nice. We give the good kids lots of toys and give the bad ones lice. But if you want to change all that, then this you should obey. Just treat each day like Christmas, and your world's a holiday.
Everyone joins in, and it seems like Angelica is finally in the right mentality. But then we cut off to an empty workshop with fake elves, revealing that this was all in her own imagination. But then we see her pick up Prancy's plush and lovingly caressing it. Returning to the C plot, after all the adults fail to break the door open with the deep snow, Charlotte and Drew are especially upset because they are missing the CEO meeting that she would be leading. But Lulu declares that they should make use of what they have here, given how she adored the classic traditions, and they do just this. Dee Dee and Howard start baking while Kira, Betty, Stu, and Chaz help decorate the tree. Upon realizing the fun of the old traditions, the adults thank Lulu for the fun before the sprinklers go off due to Chaz's use of the fireplace for the popcorn decorations, ruining their fancy clothes. I am really feeling strong about this special because everyone is truly understanding the proper values of the holidays, and I hope you are too, because we are about to have the very end of the special. Grandpa Lou finds the babies via sleigh and takes them to the pioneer cabin. And as he's shoveling around the door, Tommy's scared that they can't give Dill another Christmas since they have no presents. But Chucky says that they still had a good time despite what Angelica had told them. At that very moment, though, she arrives with her new elf hat, ready to change her ways towards the babies.
Merry Christmas, babies! You founded Santa's workshop? Of course. Would I let you babies down? Well, never mind. It's different this Christmas. I'm practically an elf now. And I think you babies are gonna like what I got for you.
She gives everyone gifts, including Prancy for Dill.
I'm gonna miss you, Prancy. But now Julie and you can have fun together. And I'll come visit you. I promise. Here you go, Dill. His name's Prancy. Merry Christmas.
As for Tommy, he's given a camera, a foreshadowing into the eventual spin-off of All Grown Up.
Okay, everybody, say peace!
Grandpa opens the door and the babies reunite with their respective parents, who are now in pioneer clothes, fully gaining the old Christmas experience and are overjoyed to see them again. And Angelica has a great declaration.
Mommy, Daddy, I had the bestest Christmas Eve ever!
Princess.
Charlotte realizes that Angelica's statement is right, since she would have otherwise never had such a great holiday, and the others agree, forgiving Stu for accidentally snowing them in. As the special comes to a close, the grandparents sing on the piano with everyone listening along.
Good tidings we bring to you and your kin. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas. We wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Ho, 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 ho. Ho, ho, ho.
I really love this finale because everyone learns and changes as people, most notably Angelica. Throughout the series, she's showing nothing but unkindness and selfishness towards everyone, and it can be argued that this is because she's an only child, so she believes the world belongs only to her. And that bait and switch thing with the self-realization of her nastiness was a big accomplishment. It wasn't her parents or any of the other adults, or even a stranger calling her out to change her ways, although Santa does make this very interesting comment berating her.
Everybody knows that it's Santa's job to make sure that nice little kids like May get every toy they want with no exceptions.
You know what little girls like you should get? A good spanking.
Ultimately, Angelica does change for the better by giving all the babies the ideal gifts, and she even gives these awesomely spunky, adorable remarks.
A new slow suit! How does Santa know my honey was getting cold? He knows everything, Chucky. A Globenspiel! Thank you, Angelica. Don't thank me. Thanks, Santa. I'm just a delivery elf.
I am so happy that Angelica is left happy and fulfilled while probably becoming a good person. And I can say the same for the adults too, with their engagement in the festivities, which is great because this show should teach its audience that adults aren't always perfect too. The baby's resolution was pretty good too, with them having fun along the way of learning the true aspects of Christmas. It's something that people of all ages can and should relate to. And thus, this really does make for a great Christmas special, especially one for Nickelodeon. And this brings up a few technical things that I would really like to mention. To remind you, this was not the broadcast finale of the show, due to the final 2 seasons being overly jumbled. So the actual broadcast finale was a standard 2 cartoon episode, Fountain of Youth and Kimmy Takes the Take, which was released in 2004. However, Paramount Plus and the complete series DVD was the special at the very end, making things more coherent and senseful. Additionally, I commonly see this special get overshadowed by the Rugrats Christmas special that came out a decade earlier, the Santa Experience, but I believe this is simply because it's been aired many more times, quality aside. In fact, Nickelodeon aired Babies in Toyland every Christmas until 2008, and it eventually returned to the main channel for 2011 and 2012's holiday seasons. So I do believe Nickelodeon liked the special along with the previous one and did not intend any favoritism. Lastly, amidst all the cartoons of the final 3 seasons where most people left the fandom, even more so than season 6 when Dill was introduced, people have grown very fond of this special for capturing the true Rugrats magic and charms. And I certainly am one of these people because this is honestly one of the best Rugrats episodes ever produced. In fact, I personally like this TV movie more than I enjoy any of the theatrical movies for its rightful balance of the characters' screen time and their personal changes. By all accounts, the final season is not the worst season of the show. I would have to give that to season 8 for regressing the characters at a very lame level to the point where it actually feels like Nick Jr. But the writers and cast knew that they could go out with a bang here for such an iconic cartoon, and it showed. Yes, I'm aware that Rugrats is back for a reboot and it is a completely different now. But when you listen carefully to the lines of the characters and eventually observe the cinematic settings, they really are trying well to capture that magic, and it's great. They made a holiday special which discusses the multiple holidays and charm, and it still shines for the morals. But the Babies in Toyland Rugrats special, it's the one that properly closed things for fans and all.
Really sorry, Charlotte.
Are you kidding? Thanks to your snow machine, I don't have to face those phonies and make office small talk. Angelica's right. This just might be the best Christmas Eve ever.
I second that.
Me too.
Wonderful. Oh, Stu, I'm so glad you malfunctioned.
Thank you all for watching this special video of mine, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.